Oh, yep, just got a sext. Just kidding. Dude, the 0.5 camera is so cool.
Why do I do this? It's Haley with the Pour People Podcast, and today we're making
mojitos!
I have some ice in here and some white rum. Do a shot. Some lime wedges and like 3 or 4 mint leaves, I would say. Then some simple syrup. Measure with your heart. Give it a shake.
Do it longer.
It's not long enough. You're welcome.
A little more.
No! I'm not getting it on my Lulu shirt. I got it. Should I just pour it in there? I'm gonna pour it in. It looks like a lot of sugar. And some soda water. This glass is filthy. Give it a little garnish. Cute.
We're making NA mojitos. M.A. mojitos. Hold on, let me try this one first. No, it's really good. Okay. No captain, because it's NA. Lime. In. Mint. Did we spank it yet?
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Simple syrup. And then club soda.
Don't put it
Do
in
it,
there.
do it. Shake it longer. I really wanted this thing to pop off. Woohoo! You see that? Mojitos! And then put some more club soda on it. And probably some more simple syrup too. Because why not? And then you garnish. And then you spank. M.A. mojitos. Welcome to Pour People.
Welcome to Pour People.
Hi.
Hello. Well, what's the soup of the day, Miss Haley?
It's a mojito. It's a classic mojito.
It is a very classic mojito.
It's a nice summery drink.
This drink is
Very
not
light.
on fire. There's no whipped cream. There's no like
There's no
blue
gasoline.
carousel.
Yeah, the exhaustion of like several hours going into making a drink. It is refreshing. It is somewhat simple, and it's absolutely divine. I haven't the NA version, so I'm gonna try that right now.
Mm-hmm. They're super good.
For some
Pour
reason always
People, soup of the day.
forget about mojitos, but it's great because people are always like, I don't want something too sweet.
If you guys just witnessed that, they just have their drink on the ground, on the table to cheers and to take a sip.
every time.
It's a drink. It's not a shot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't even
Just
think
every
about that.
time.
It's
We
just
always do that.
I know, it's just a natural thing for us. I think we're just used to taking shots.
Well, that, and also, I feel like even when I do like cheers, just a regular drink, I still tap it on the table.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I like that.
Well, Haley got her hair did. I got my hair did.
I got my lashes done.
And I got her lashes done.
Yes.
I'm
Look
gonna get my
great.
lashes done here soon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about how we're actually going to have a content day. So do we
Yes.
want to invite our pourers to come and take pictures with us and meet
Yeah.
us?
I think we should just like go downtown or something and just we'll bring cameras with us and we're gonna do some awesome content. We have a lot of really good ideas, stuff that we've been wanting to do for a long time.
Yeah. And now we have the time to do it, which we are really excited. Haley and I
Yeah.
always have to come up with what we'd like to call our shit posts. And unfortunately, we have all the photos, but we want better photos. And
Yeah.
if you guys would want to come and tag along and take some photos with us.
Do some content videos. We're gonna have some like small sketches, basically like just random, a ton of stuff. You'll probably only end up seeing like part of it, and then we'll space it out. But yeah, we're basically, it's like what, in 2 weeks we're gonna do that.
Yeah, on the 31st. of July.
Next week we're supposed to be at Valley Pub. Hopefully we don't have to cut that out so that we can actually still go there.
Yeah.
But yeah, should be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, a lot of content. So we're really excited.
Yay.
So we wanted to talk about bringing your own alcohol to the bar. I have done that before, but I mean, it's because I didn't want to drink Rumple Mints, okay? Like the bar only had Rumple Mints and I wanted menthol. Now, don't do this because you will get kicked out of the bar. Yeah. I was smart and drank it in the bathroom. This is when I was like 20 years old. 21, sorry.
So like last week.
Yeah. I was 21 when I was doing this, and I would always get a pint of peppermint schnapps, and I'd put it in my purse and I would drink it at a bar. Yep. Because everyone wanted to do Rumple Mints. I don't like Rumple Mints. Rumple Mints is 100 proof.
You just kept a bottle in your purse?
Yeah. Peppermint schnapps. It's so sugary. There's like barely any alcohol content, but that's like what I wanted to drink. I didn't want to have something that was 100 proof or really anything that was super strong.
Or that reminds me of when we were drinking like high school and stuff, and people would order like a liqueur and that would be their whole drink, and it would just be like they would just drink a bottle of liqueur, and it's like you're not like, I don't know. I just
that's what peppermint schnapps is technically, is like a liqueur, but I mean. Yeah, it's a liqueur. Yeah, I can't even like take that back. It's definitely a liqueur.
It's one of those things where it's just like I would always order, or like if like we were getting alcohol and we were obviously like underage or whatever, I would just get like an actual bottle of like vodka or something, and then people would get peppermint schnapps. I remember like I'd be like, oh, we got all these bottles of alcohol, and then you drink a shot of peppermint schnapps, and you're like,
I just couldn't do it, and that was my accommodating to myself because I knew that I didn't want anything super strong, and I knew that bar particularly did not have like something bombs were great, but I wanted something smooth. I wanted something sugary, and it was like eating the mints that you get when you leave a restaurant. You just drink it. Like it was just in a syrup. So I was totally okay with that, but do not bring your own alcohol to the bar because you will get kicked out.
Or take alcohol from the bar to like outside of the bar.
Yeah, outside of the bar.
Because I've done that before too, but I just would like sneak it out or something, or like put it under my shirt and like hold it there and like.
Yeah.
Because if it's open, like you're obviously not supposed to do that, and we don't recommend doing this at all, but. There are times where people have obviously done this, and people still do it.
Yes. I mean, like, we do to-goes at where I work. It's just you have to leave the actual bottle closed. We just don't do any mixed drinks necessarily.
Yeah.
So we do, like, to-go White Claws. Anything that's in a can or a bottle will give you a little, like, 6-pack carrier, and you can take it to go. But I had someone drinking at my bar, and he said he needed to charge his phone so he can get an Uber because he was super drunk. And I was like, okay, great. So he's charging his phone. He's talking to me. He's super nice, whatever. And then, like, I start getting busy, and he realizes that I'm starting to get busy, right? Like, I'm not going to pay attention to what he's actually doing. I look over, and there's a shooter of 99 raspberry on my bar. And it's a shooter. And I was like,
lame.
What are you doing? Like, what? And he goes, what? He was like, are you going to take this with me? He goes, I got another one. And he pulls out another one out of his pocket. And I looked at him, and I go, okay. Here's the deal. You cannot have your own alcohol in here. You literally came in here telling me that you needed an Uber. I go, I'm not over-serving you. You're over-serving yourself in an establishment. I can lose my job, and my bar can lose their liquor license. You need to get out.
Well, that's why it's not allowed. It's because, like, how are you supposed to, like, make sure people are being responsible when they're bringing in their own alcohol and drinking it, like, unknowingly?
Yeah,
you know?
like, if he would have gotten into some serious trouble, he could have been like, oh, well, I was at Tonic, and then I could have gotten in trouble saying that he over-served himself, but I didn't. He was taking shooters out of his pocket and drinking them. So I looked at him. I go, give me it. And he gave it to me. And he was very compliant. But that's not always the case. So he gave it to me. And he was like, well, like, can I stay? Can I finish my drink? Because I gave him a whiskey sour. And I said, no. I go, there's the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. And then I was like, you need to get up right now before I start yelling at you, before I start making a scene. And he's like, okay. Like, normally sometimes when you start yelling at someone and embarrass them, they will be compliant and leave because they don't want to be, like, embarrassed in front of a couple of people. But at the end of the day, that's not always how it goes. People are not compliant. People are, oh, well, you know, like, I want it. I paid for it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
I just picture you being like, I'm gonna embarrass you.
No, yeah, I literally said that. One of my friends was sitting next to him, and I was like, I will yell, and I will embarrass you. And he, like, looked at me, and then he left. But I remember watching some guy walk into the front door carrying a full bottle of Tito's through the front door. That's how drunk he was. He was carrying a full bottle of Tito's, and I was like...
Like, unopened, or was it open?
It was opened. It was open, and he was drinking it outside of the bar, like, literally, like, taking it. And I was like, oh, get out. I go, are you kidding me right now? Like, really? Come on.
And then how did he react? He was like, what?
Yeah. He was like, oh, no. I was like, really? Get out.
Yeah.
Just get out.
Yeah.
So I think that it was the cherry on the ice cream cake that I had on Monday.
Oh, gosh.
Cherry on the ice cream cake?
Yeah, I like ice cream cake.
I do too. That's my favorite type of cake.
Well, there you go. So,
But
yes, it is very
it's-
compliant.
Isn't it the cherry on top? Isn't that the...
No, I was thinking about ice cream cake, so I'm going to say what I'm going to
That's
say is ice
honestly
cream
better.
cake.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Cherry on top of my ice cream cake, because literally that was just the start of the night. Like, I thought it was, you know how we talked about Maniac Monday?
Yeah. Manic Mondays.
No, it's Maniac Monday. That's literally what me and Jen call it.
Jen's booty.
Jen is Booty. Booty is a person.
Nobody-
People need to know this.
Yeah.
Booty is a person. She is super amazing. All my coworkers are amazing. We literally call it Maniac Monday. Even my boss calls it Maniac Monday.
Yeah. I just...
It's not Manic
I
Monday.
didn't
It's
know.
Maniac because there's some maniac freaking people out there. Hence bringing in their own alcohol.
Yeah.
Like,
Was that on a Monday when that happened?
yes, it was on Monday. Yeah.
The fact that, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I drink quite a bit, but I just, like... I wouldn't bring in a bottle of Tito's to a bar.
It was a whole bottle of Tito's.
On a Monday,
That's
nonetheless.
bold.
It was a whole bottle of Tito's,
Oh
but
my
that
gosh.
wasn't on a Monday. That was on a weekend, so that was like a separate situation that did happen. But like again, the shooters did happen this Monday, and whatever.
Yeah.
So then, did you, like, confiscate the shooters and then, like, take them in the back?
No, I just grabbed them and I just threw them away.
Uh-oh. I would have.
99
Like,
raspberry.
how dare you? And then take it in the back and, like, crack it open and chug it.
I just throw it away because like
Yeah.
I want them to know that I'm being serious instead
Right.
of like putting it back behind the bar
Yeah.
and having them think like, well, if you're gonna keep it back behind there, give it to me.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's going in the trash. Goodbye.
Right. I have people who walk in with like a beer that we don't sell, and they have it out once they get into the bar, probably assuming that we sell that. And I'm like, "Where'd you get that?" And he's like, "Other bartender just gave it to me," or whatever. This is a while ago, but
I'm the only bartender here.
well, no, it was when Jacob and I did work together. But I was like, "We don't sell that here. like either get out or I give it to me."
Do you think I'm dumb or do you think I'm stupid?
Yeah.
Like, which one is it? Like,
Both. Do you think I'm dumb, or do you think I'm stupid, or do you think I'm an idiot, or do you think I'm smart? There's a right answer.
well, I mean, like, no. I mean, that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
Anyways, but like, you know what?
Also, it's a beer. Like,
I'm just astonished at the
leave
fact
it
that
there.
people just like, what?
yeah.
Because there's been times too where, like, we were at the wedding that I was at. We obviously, like, had our own beers and drinks and stuff beforehand in, like, a cooler, because we went on
The party bus.
Party bus.
Yeah.
So, like, we had all that, but, like, we would, you know, if we brought it into the venue or whatever, then people would be like, "Oh, you can't drink that here," and then we were just like, "Oh no, we totally did the same thing. Like, oh no, we got that from the Pizza Hut,
Yeah.
like right next door or whatever." And then they were like, "Okay," just like obviously knew we
Yeah.
were lying. But
Right.
I mean, at that point, like, I get it. But it's a little different being in a bar doing that as opposed to, like, being at a wedding venue the day before when nobody else is in there.
Yeah.
There's, like, you know, it's just the wedding party that's
Yeah.
there. So, I mean, I get it. But
There's some leeway. There's like some like back and forth, you know, teeter-tottering on like what you can do and what you cannot do. But let's be smart here. You know what you cannot do in a bar.
Right.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
It's just that they're so like nonchalant about it. Like they
Oh.
don't even try to fucking hide it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
no. I mean, if I don't go out on the patio, I find empty shooters out on the patio. And I mean, like, obviously, like, I can't see you and you're not making it, like, putting it in my attention. So, I mean, I get it. But if you can't afford to buy things at the bar that you were at, then don't go out, stay at home.
Yep.
Why are you like, go have a party at your house? Why are you even out in the first place?
It's the same thing with like tipping too. Like if you're going out to a restaurant and then you stiff your server or whatever, it's like, why the fuck did you even come out? Like you're obviously, I mean, I understand though too that like a lot of people, especially like in foreign countries, they have like an actual wage that they are like serving for, you know, so they're making like $10 or $20 an hour, and then any tips you get on top of that is just like extra.
It's a nice gesture for them, yeah.
Right. Well, but in like other countries, it's like it can be seen as an insult, tipping.
Really?
Because you're already like they're already making that wage or whatever. So then if you tip, it's like I don't understand. I never understood why it would be seen as an insult.
It's
but,
like them thinking that they don't make enough money.
Right. Yeah. I guess yeah. But then like here in America, it's like we don't make enough money, so we are reliant on our tips.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same. It's like the same idea as if when you get stiffed, you're like, why the fuck did you even go out then? Like if you can't afford to give me $2 on a ticket or whatever on a tab, then just stay home, make some mac and cheese or something.
Yeah, it's just rude also to like take up a seat at the bar and you're not buying any drinks.
Right.
I can agree with you on that. We, especially with UFC that happens at Tonic, Brooke will go up to him and be like, hey, if you guys are just drinking waters, can you guys get away from the bar? Well, she doesn't say get away. She says,
just like, get the fuck out of the seat.
No, if you guys aren't ordering anything, can you guys please go sit back and let the people that are actually wanting to watch the fights and get drinks sit up here? Because that's just so rude. Yeah. It's so rude, and it's taking away from us making money and making the bar money.
I guess I wouldn't say it's necessarily rude, but like at Tonic where you guys don't serve food, you know, it is different. So like we have that where people will come in and they'll order food and drink like a Pepsi or whatever and sit at the bar, but we have food and they're watching a game. So it is a little different. Like they're not spending a lot of money, but at the same time,
they're
like,
still buying something.
Yeah, exactly. They're not just sitting there. Because you guys have a cover for when you do UFC fights, right?
Yep. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It just depends on the fight. But if you come in and you pay for the cover, that's not going to us. That's going for the UFC being paid for on the TVs, because we have to pay for pay-per-view.
Right. Yeah.
It's not for us. Like people think it's gonna be towards us. It's not. It's for the bar. It's for paying for the UFC fights. And if you come up to the bar and you order a water and you sit down, odds are I'm gonna tell you, hey, if you guys are just gonna get waters and just sit in here and watch the fights, that's fine, but I can't have you sitting at the bar. This is for people that are gonna order alcoholic beverages up here. Yeah. So I mean, you guys can watch it on the patio or whatever, and a lot of people are understanding of that. And then like, I'm not trying to pressure someone to buy something or to like purchase an alcoholic beverage. Right. I just want people to understand that people that actually are paying for alcohol, I would like them to sit up at the bar, so then they can get their drinks faster.
I just picture you being like,
hi, you're gonna get a water? Get the fuck out of my seat.
I'm gonna embarrass you.
I love that.
But it's yeah, and that goes to where you have to smile when you have to smile when you say it. You have to be nice when you say it, and
it's hard for you to do that.
I mean, it is when I'm trying to, you know, be serious and people are not taking me seriously.
Yeah.
And like after I kicked that guy out, some guy was like, "Hey, I think you need to smile more."
Oh my God.
And when you're not busy, can you bring out our shots? And I looked at this person, and that's another thing though too. Like people don't need to know that I'm there by myself when I'm there by myself, and I don't vocalize that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be hard to tell though. I guess like if you're there by yourself, because you have a big bar and like
but I do not.
Often,
but people don't need to know that I'm actually there alone by myself.
Right. I understand that, but I'm just saying like it's your bar is like big enough that it would be like. I mean, you usually do work with multiple people.
I do on the weekends, but I am the only bartender behind the bar, but that does not mean that I'm alone at my bar.
Right.
So this guy was like, can you bring, as I looked at him and I go, hey, you are perfectly capable of taking your shots out for me right now. I'm starting to get busy. Just get, like, I want you to have your shots. I don't want them to sit here and get warm because I don't want to tell you, hey, I can take them out. And then, 15, 20 minutes come by and your shots are still sitting there. So if you could just please, like, take your shots out. And then that's when he said, like, I need to smile more. And I looked at him, I go, well, I just got done kicking someone out, but thank you for telling me how to do my job. I don't need that.
Yeah.
And then I walked away.
Also, you're doing your job. Like, it's not fucking required.
And I think a lot of bartenders can agree that when someone tells you to smile, it's not because you're not smiling because you're not happy. It's because, like, you just had to be mean to someone and be serious with someone, and then you have to go back into that like happy character.
Yeah, no, we are like tested all night long.
Yeah.
Like, so it's one thing after another that happens. There's something that someone says or someone that's just fucking rude. And then we have to like put on a happy face. Like,
Yeah, like I am here to, you know, serve you and things like that and be happy and go lucky. But when I have to overexert myself and be mean to someone when I don't want to be mean, I have to reevaluate like what's going on in my brain. Like I'm like during that time, like I told me to smile. I'm like thinking like, oh my God, I can't believe I just had to kick someone out. Like why do people do stupid shit? And I'm thinking about that in my head and I'm having a straight face. And then he says that. And then that really just chaps my ass.
yeah.
What? It does.
I've literally had
Chaps my
someone like
ass.
something like just happened and then someone will say something like that and I've literally like broke down and started crying in front of their face and they're like, I didn't mean it, like whatever, didn't mean to offend you. But I'm like, you never fucking know like what someone's like I'm at work, this is my job, like fuck off. Do you go to your job and fucking smile all day and you're happy all day long? Like,
yeah, and I think we've kind of mentioned this before too, that like people do try to, I think it mostly has to do with like the alcohol and the liquor, but people do try to get away with more shit working at a bar than they do like you walk into Target or whatever and something like that.
Yeah.
You know, like,
And that's understandable, but I'm not a circus act.
yeah.
you're not?
No, I am not. I wish
I'm
I was.
gonna
I
embarrass
wish
you.
I was a tight rope walker, but I am not. I am a bartender.
Would you smile if you, I'm a bartender.
Yeah.
Would you smile if you, or if somebody asked you to smile when you were on a tightrope, would you still freak out the same?
No, because I literally, no one would see if I'm smiling or not.
They could.
Could they?
What if they have binoculars?
Listen, that's fair. But I don't think I would, because I don't think anyone would be able to even tell me to smile.
You're just on a tightrope and they're
no,
like,
there's-
you should smile more.
Oh my God. Speaking of saying out of pocket things like that you shouldn't say, one of my very kind regulars, I like this dude a lot. He's always super nice. But the other night he was a little extra drunk.
Extra.
And
I like that.
I've talked about before, I come to work with my hair down, but I always inevitably have to put it up when
Yeah.
it starts getting busy.
Same,
so
same.
my
I have
hair
to do the same thing.
my hair was down for hours while he was there, and then I went to the bathroom and put my hair up, and I come back out and he goes, Haley, I love your hair down. And I just looked at him like,
I'm gonna embarrass you.
thanks. After my hair is now up, and he goes, Haley, I love when your hair is down. And I'm like, thanks so much.
You just start breaking down right there. You start crying.
No, like I don't even know if like he knew he fucked up or like how that was like offensive, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just here.
Little do
Just
you know,
working.
Haley will tell you off. Okay, we all need to listen to that first off, because if you say something that's gonna upset her, don't think that she's not gonna say anything, because she will tell
Well,
you.
and that's how people get away with like saying some out of pocket shit to me, because I am like sweet and nice until you're a dick, and then I'm gonna ruin your life.
Yeah.
Like get the fuck out.
Yeah, there you go. Hence that. There you go. Don't say anything stupid. I mean, and it's not just like us. We need to talk about more like, what have you heard? Has anyone ever told you to smile, or like you
Fuck
need to
no, dude.
see? And that is where I'm
Jaden
just.
is
I
always
always
smiles.
smile.
Yeah, he's always giggling and always smiling.
I can't even help it half the time. I'm just like, or somebody says some out of pocket shit to me. I'm just like, ha! And I'll just walk away or whatever. I'll just like, I don't know. I do think that like female bartenders receive that way more than I ever would. I don't know. I have had people be like, what's wrong or whatever, and I'm like, don't fucking talk to me, and then I'll just like whatever. But I mean, I usually don't have to deal with that at all. It's more like I just receive a lot of shit in general, and so like I usually either just blow it off or I just dish it back, and then everything's fine, or I'll call them out. Like there's this one guy that comes to the bar, and he's a really good dude. He comes in all the time, but he and I think he might watch this. He's actually in our intro for me. Anyways, he'll like give me some shit, and then I'll be like, or he'll say something like, how's your or what does he say? He's like, how's your wife and my kids, or something like that. And then I'll be like, oh, pretty good. They're starting to get the same bald spot that you have on your head. Like, shit like that.
Then they're offended.
Yeah, and then they get pissed off. And
Yeah.
then, but it's like, dude, I don't fucking, you can tell me whatever, and I'm just going to be like, okay, fuck you then, or whatever, and that's that.
yeah, I just like, do people take you seriously? Like when you try to say something funny and they think that you're being serious, it's like, oh my God, calm down.
Well, I have a lot where like someone's like dishing their shit at me. I give it back to them, and then like they're like, wait, are you actually mad? I'm like, no, no.
My
Yeah.
sarcasm can
That's
be
my
kind of
favorite.
dry, but I mean, I think I'm pretty funny. But if you can't handle me, then like, don't even start it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't take me too seriously. I have no time to give you attitude until you start giving me one. But
I do feel like it is popular though for like bartenders who have been in the industry for a long time to like not have like any emotion. Like I can think of a couple
Yeah.
downtown that are
Yeah.
just like they're always the same, like kind of like monotone, just like don't really give a shit. They never really seem happy, but they're never really upset either. And I feel like that's more often than not, especially like when I've traveled and stuff and gone to other bars and stuff. It just always seems like there are those bartenders that are just like, I'm just here just to be here, and that's about it.
yeah, that's fair. And like some of them won't have a conversation.
Yeah, and
I love talking to people.
I do too. I just think that that's like somehow like an industry standard almost, is to just be like not off-putting, but just kind of like, I don't really want to fucking talk to you.
Yeah, and just be there, like
Yeah.
how you said.
Yeah.
That's fair. The whole taking me seriously. Sometimes I can be serious, and sometimes I am like funny. Sometimes I'm in a good mood. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to have a conversation with you. Or like I keep myself busy. Like, are you ever like cleaning or stocking behind the bar, and someone goes, oh, are you gonna talk to me yet? Yeah, when I'm done stocking, like when I'm done doing my stuff behind the bar. But that goes to tell you that with our mental health, that's like a tip of the day too, that you don't have to talk to someone if you don't want to. And like, we do have to put on this persona, and it's not that we're being fake. It's just that sometimes we are going through things, and that's okay. And we don't have to necessarily have a full-on conversation with people all the time. We can say hi, and then I can serve you your drink, and then we can be quiet. We can just, I can be doing my other things, and they can be on their phone or watching whatever. But it's not a requirement to talk to someone all the time.
I think it's just people are really in their own little world, and if they're out at the bar, it's their time to like relax and chill and like be loose. But we are working, like we are constantly like have to be thinking about stuff and think on our toes, and they're just like the complete opposite, and like they're in their own little bubble, and they don't like consider that a lot of the time, I think.
Yeah, and that's fair, because our job doesn't seem like an actual hard job to a lot of people. People think it's, I wouldn't say most of our clientele is 9 to 5, but some of it is during a certain specific time.
Right.
But there are other people that come in that are in the service industry, and they get it, so then they know that, okay, like they just need a moment to themselves.
Yeah.
And that's always nice to have that too as well.
Or even like if there's like newer bartenders and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, like it's taking forever, I'll always be like, dude, not a problem. Like I'll sit here and wait all fucking day for my drink. I'm not gonna bitch at you or anything.
Like, how can I help you?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that when people go, do I need to get you anything?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, do your thing. I'll just, whenever you come back, I'll order a drink then, and I feel like I do that a lot for you guys too. Like whenever I'm at your guys' bars and I see that you're busy, I'll like stand up at the bar, but I'm not gonna like be like, Anna, what the fuck, dude?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna embarrass you now.
And that's a thing too. Your bar gets really compact and it gets really busy because it's super small.
Shoulder to shoulder.
My bar gets super busy because it's so wide that people are waiting for me down at the other end of the bar, and then I have like a group of other people waiting on. One thing that, again, my biggest pet peeve is when people come down and tell me that they need something when I'm already serving people, but I'm going to go down the row.
Right.
So just patience are a virtue. You are eventually going to get your drink. I understand. But if you want your drink right away, then stay at home and get a drink and understand that, you're not going to get it.
Otherwise,
right
Anna will embarrass you.
I won't embarrass you too bad.
That's the quote of the day is, I will embarrass you.
Well, and... what's really embarrassing is when cards decline, and I have to, it's awkward. I have to go up to them and be like, hey, your card declined.
Well,
I don't ever say that. I always just say like, hey, this card didn't work.
No, I said your card declined because their cards
because I'm going to embarrass them.
No, because either their card is locked or they have to move money over to that card that they're using. And it's like, damn well, You have to do all those things, and yet you're gonna ask me for your tab and embarrass. That you are embarrassing yourself when you do that.
I was thinking about this though, is that like I think this might have happened to me this weekend, because like I had a check that I needed to deposit, and I think I maybe had like $30 or $40 on my card or whatever, and I like did a tab. Dude, I was in an airport, and I was in the Dallas airport, and I got 2 beers and a shot that was like a discounted shot. That's how she sold it to me. She was like, and it was like early enough, like I don't know, it was probably like 9 or 10 in the morning. Fuck, but there's
no time limit in the airport, just so you know.
Oh no, I know, and on a plane either. That's a fun tip of the day, is that you can order a double Jack and Coke on an airplane at 6 in the morning. It's great.
Yep.
I have to, when I fly, I have to like have a drink while I'm on the airplane, just because of my anxiety. But anyways, so I ordered 2 beers, and then the bartender, very nice bartender, she was like, oh, do you want a discounted shot with your beer? Because that was like their special or whatever for that day. And I was like, oh, absolutely, I definitely want a shot. I get my ticket, and I had 2 beers in that shot. It was like $50 fucking dollars. And I literally was like, oh God. So I gave her like a $10 tip. I was like, I really hope that this doesn't, because we talk about this all the time, like cards declining, or it'll go through it first, and then when they try to run through, I was like, oh fuck. So I had to like transfer money over like from my other card, and like I was like, I really hope I didn't just like fuck over this really nice bartender that was like it definitely screwed me over on a $50 fucking tab for 2 beers.
How much was the beer?
Insane.
I don't know. I got like an IPA. It was like my total.
That's what it is. It's an IPA.
But it was
But
a
how
16-ounce
much could it
draft.
be?
It was a 16-ounce draft. Like I didn't expect
The
more than
airport
like
is expensive.
$12 for a fucking beer. Like it was like, even that to me is pricey, but it had to have been like $20 per beer. And I was just like, holy fuck. I just remember being like,
$20 per beer,
Yeah.
and $10 for a shot. You're in Texas.
Yeah, I know.
Go big or go
I
home.
No shit. I definitely learned my lesson though, because then afterwards, and then there was I was in another airport bar, and I got the same thing. I was like, I was this time ready to pay like $60 for 2 beers. I paid like $12. So it was like for 2 beers, I paid $12, and I was like, that's normal. Like that seems normal to me. But like $50 for 2 beers and a shot, I don't know, dude. But
Me and my mom racked up a tab in St. Louis waiting to go to Florida. We got so drunk.
Yeah.
And our tab was $200
At an airport.
Yeah.
That's how they get you, though.
It was funny. Like, we were so drunk when we were running to the thing because they're yelling for us. But yeah, no, like my mom looked at me and she goes, I can't drink with you ever again.
Oh
Our
my
tab
gosh.
is $200. We literally drank $100 per person. That is insane. But that like,
insane.
if you really think about it, how yours was only
4
3
drinks.
drinks. Yeah, 4 drinks. Yeah. So, I mean, just be aware of like when you go to other places, things are going to be a little bit pricier, and just like ask them what the prices are and things like that too.
Especially in an airport.
Yeah, especially in an airport.
Because they'll also, like, where my like terminal or gate was or whatever, it was like I always just go to the bar that's closest. You know, I want to make sure that I can like either get some food or have a drink or whatever. And yeah, I think that's just how they get you.
Yeah.
With that being said, have you guys ever been sent home from work from being too drunk?
No, but I do
just
have a
sent home in
story of
general?
other people that have done that.
While you were a manager? Have you had to send people home as a manager?
This was well before I was a manager. This was like my first year serving. And I remember we had an office party. I'll just go first.
Okay.
But no, so it was a meeting. We had a employee meeting. Everybody has to show up. And usually what everybody did, like our like main group of bartenders, every time after we have a work meeting, we go out and like get brunch afterwards. So typically what people do is like they don't work that day, so they'll go out and brunch, and then it'll be a all day brunch fest, whatever. But there was a couple servers that had to come back and work that night, so they go to brunch, get tanked, and then come back. And I remember I was like, because I think I had to work that whole day, so I was just there. I never went to brunch. But I remember they came back in, and I saw the look on her. Oh, there's 3 girls that came in from brunch that had to work that night, and the one like walked in, and it was like I mean, you could see like she could barely stand up, and I was just like, holy shit.
How did you even make it into work?
Yeah.
How did you walk through the door?
Exactly.
Gosh.
And so then I remember she served like 3 tables or something like that. And then like, I don't know exactly how they caught on. I mean, it probably wasn't that easy or that hard to catch on that they were drunk.
She's
But
probably fucking up all the orders.
oh yeah. No, she didn't. She served the tables and was fine. Like she had like at least like 3 tables, served them, and it was fine. And then the manager was like, I need to talk to you in the office. And then she immediately got sent home. I think that was her second strike too. So like she got fired that day. And then, but she totally ratted out everybody else.
Oh, man.
They're like, but they weren't causing any problems, you know?
Right.
So
Yeah,
it was
it's
like
different.
they were drunk, you know, but they weren't like as drunk as she
Yeah,
was. So
that's
she was like,
your
well,
own
they're
fault.
drunk too. You got to send them home also. And she's
No.
like, no. Like they're handling their own. They can at least walk in a straight line.
That's like,
Yikes.
that is literally like being like so drunk. It's like being a bartender when you're actually drunk behind the bar, but yet you can still do your
Yeah.
job.
Well, and like you said this before too, is like 3 shots as a bartender is like equivalent to 1,
Yeah.
basically, because
Yeah.
you're taking them, you know, a long time apart from each other, and you don't like you're able to like responsibly be like, okay, I can take this 1 shot and be good.
Or like it's a liquid courage. You think you're doing really good, but you're really fucking everything up. I love that. That's so
See,
awesome.
and that's what
Sometimes
I
I
think.
wonder that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on a roll. And like, someone else's perspective, like, am I just sloppy as fuck right now?
Like
Just
slow
like,
motion, like, and you're thinking, like, yes, this bomb, that bomb. This guy's like, what is she?
That is
like, oh, she's drunk.
on our content day. That has got to be one
Oh
of the
my
sketches that we
gosh.
do, where it's like, hey, what can I get for you? And then it's like actually reality is like, what the fuck you want?
But also, side note, I've had where I'm like not drinking that night and I like spill something or break a glass or something, and someone will be like, oh, she's drunk. And I'm like,
No.
no, I'm not. I'm just clumsy.
I swear. I swear I'm not drunk.
That's so mean.
good. That is so funny. Like, honestly, like bartenders
Yeah.
are probably better when they're drunk, as you think. I don't know. I don't know.
Whenever I'm hungover and I like go into a morning shift or something like that, like I always have that thought, like, am I killing it or do I just think I'm killing it right now?
yeah.
But I usually am doing a pretty good job. I usually am able to like be like, oh, okay, I don't know what it is. There's been times, and I've even told this to tables before too. I was like, I'm really hungover, guys, so I'm sorry if I mess any of this up. And they're like, oh, you're fine. You're actually
Yeah.
doing a really good job. And I was like, really? Like, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Well, have you ever had to call someone and be like, hey, I'm really drunk. I'll
Can
pay
you
50.
work?
Yeah, can you work me? I'll pay $50.
Yeah.
Or like you kind of convince them like, hey, you're gonna make really good money on this
Yeah.
shift. I will give you an additional $50
Yep.
just to guarantee that you make good money.
Yep, me and my coworker would do that. I started doing that. I'm like, hey, well, first of all, I know this is a shitty shift, but I will pay you $60 to work tonight.
Yeah.
I don't go over 20, dude. I'm like, I'll give you $20 to work my shit for me. But it's not like you're saying like you're already working, you're already on the clock, and then you call somebody in to fill in after you've already been working.
I've done that, and I've also
Yeah.
done
I've
that an hour
never
before, and
done
I've
that.
also done that like 8 hours before.
I've done it where it's like I'll ask somebody to come in earlier, and I'll like throw them like 10 or $20 or whatever. But not because I'm drinking. It's usually because I gotta go and do something else.
It wasn't because I was drinking at work. It was more so like my really good friend, obviously he was on here, Mason. He came in and I was having a really bad anxiety attack. I think it was because I ate a caffeine pill and I drank a Red Bull, and that like really like got my like energy going, and I just couldn't calm myself down. And I gave him money to come down and work for me, and he also made really good money working my shift. But that's like the only time I've ever actually like done that. It's because of anxiety, and that's okay too. We're really big advocates on mental health. Like all of us, I believe, have anxiety or like ADHD oriented or ADD, whatever you guys have. But sometimes like I
just
get
got badass.
I just get like super anxious sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, hey, like today is just not the day where I can be at a bar, because when I was there, the noise was bothering me. I had a friend come and visit, our friend come and visit me, and I was like trying to talk to him and I couldn't. I had to hide behind the bar. Like it was just overwhelming for me. So
Yeah.
I mean, that was like the only time like during my shift I ever asked someone, but me being drunk or like hungover, I did that when I worked out at a place in Waukee, and my friend Lottie was coming in, and she was just there drinking. I go, hey, can you just have like one drink? I'll pay you $100 to work for me. I am dying. And I felt so bad to ask her that because she was coming in to enjoy her day, but that $100 convinced her. And
yeah, no shit, dude. I would fucking do that.
I made really good money.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had that, like, where I'm too drunk that I can't work, I guess. But
Yeah, I've never been too drunk and sent home.
I've like
never
browned
done that.
out.
I have.
Really?
You've been sent home?
I want to hear this. Tell me right now.
It's when I was just bar backing, and I would just jump in to bartend sometimes.
Uh-huh.
But this was actually the night after I think I was drugged, and it was a really fucking weird night.
Which we're gonna talk about on our Patreon.
Yeah, I can talk about that full story. But there was this weird guy that I had met the night before, and he came in like during my shift, and I was already like drunk because I was hungover, so I was like drinking more and had a shitty night. So he came in, and I was like making him shots and just like feeding him free shots. Like, I don't know what was going on in my mind, like hoping he would leave. But so I was giving away a shit ton of free alcohol and just like pounding shots myself while I'm working. I probably broke like 4 glasses in the span of like 40 minutes.
Sorry,
my my boss pulled me aside and was like, you need to go home. I watched you give away so much alcohol.
Oh no.
And you seem really drunk. Yeah, that was my one and only time where I got sent home, and I was way too drunk. But it was humiliating. I was really embarrassed. But
well, I feel like when stuff like that happens, especially to us as bartenders, you like learn your lesson pretty quickly.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
You're like, okay, can't ever do that again. Like I have to go in, with at least a sober mind.
I should have just asked for the night off, honestly. Like I should
Yeah.
not have gone into work. Like I lost my car keys the night before, so I was like stressed about that. Like it was a shit show. But yeah, I have been careful ever since then.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, lesson learned. I mean, like, you're never going to do that again.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't ever say never, but I mean, you are obviously going to like watch yourself for next time too. And
Yeah.
I mean, them saying, hey, you're giving away free alcohol, you're probably like, yeah, I did
And
that.
I also should have
Yeah.
asked the security guys to get this guy out of the bar that I worked at. I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't know. I
Probably
was
'cause of the
new to
alcohol.
the bar industry, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. To circle back on like paying people to work for you or whatever. Like for my situation, it's a little bit different because it's a restaurant and there's not as many. Like whereas like all the people that work at like your guys' bars are bartenders.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
you're a manager though, so like, have you ever had to do that for like being a manager, or are you like
Oh
talking
yeah,
about when you're a
every
server or
week,
bartender?
almost every week, especially with my schedule and like having to like run around all the time. Yeah, there's definitely times where it's like I'm not even in this state. Like I need somebody to manage for me, and then there's like 2 other managers, so it's like I have to like figure out something or pay somebody to be like, hey, I will, or like some kind of incentive to be like, if you work for me today, I'll pick up another shift this week or something like that.
Yep. I like that idea. I like switching shifts too. That's another
Yeah.
thing too, instead of like paying
It's like
someone.
if you can, but I always try to give like plenty of time too, because I've done that before where it's like, oh, I just got asked to do this show or something, and now it's like day of or day before, and it's like I can't be there. Like I need somebody to fill in for me. But what my take was on that was that like as bartenders, I almost feel like when you're offering somebody money to like work a shift for you, you almost shouldn't even have to offer them money. It's more of like I'm offering this money because you're really doing me a favor, not like oh if we're working a shift or I'm working a shift and I need somebody to come in. It's not like, and that person's not working at all or doing anything that day. You can be, and you're just like, hey, could you please cover this shift for me and I'll cover another shift for you or whatever. And then they're like, no, I'm not going to do it unless you give me like $50. And it's like, dude, what the fuck ever? Like, I'm not gonna pay you $50. You're gonna make that. I know you're not doing anything today. Like, I appreciate you still doing that, but it's also kind of like a fuck you at the same time.
I just do that like when I desperately need someone to cover my
right,
shift.
and it should only be incentive.
Yep.
It should be like I'm doing this because you're helping me out, not because like. And if it's like a week before or something and you're trying to get somebody to cover a shift for you and they're like, I'm only going to do it if you pay me.
Yeah,
it's like,
no,
fuck
that's-
off, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
then I will find someone
then
else that
I'll
wants to
literally
do it.
find anybody else to do it and they'll do it for free.
And that's God, I love this topic. This is such a great topic because we are a ghost crew, which means we have certain people that work certain days. And I have asked people to work my shift, and I've had to ask people that are other bartenders at other bars that have worked at Tonic before, and that is the reason why they are able to work at Tonic. But I have star tenders working for me during the fair on the 17th for Neo. I have 2 star tenders working for me because my staff is not capable of working that shift, which that's okay. I'm not mad about it or anything like that because we have other lives too. And we have other shifts that we like because, you know, we're a ghost crew. So those people that are actually working those shifts already have another job and working something else. But that's just nice to have that like out of a different bar to come and serve at our bar. And that's, I mean, like, that's really cool.
Yeah,
and
that's fun.
Bomb Bar does that too. You know, we do like theme nights or whatever. You have random people doing star tending. I love that.
Yeah.
I love having
Yeah,
other
that's
people
fun.
work. So then people are like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, I haven't seen that person forever. I'm gonna go into Tonic and go see them. So I like that idea of it too, to have other people work your shifts. But
Speaking of star tending, I was gonna star tend at Bomb Bar.
Yeah, are you doing that?
I don't think so anymore.
Why?
I don't know.
Do you want to work this weekend?
Well, not really.
Oh.
Not unless you pay me. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I think what ended up happening is that I was gonna fill in for like a shift, and then I think they just got somebody else to cover it and didn't need me to do it or something like that, or maybe one of the owners filled in or something.
Oh.
I don't know, but I was really excited to work at Bomb Bar. I'm not gonna lie.
just
I think it'd be
come
so
work
fun.
with me.
Well,
Well,
and I've told them since they opened that place that I
Yeah.
was like, I will fill in whenever you need. They just don't always need me,
I
guess.
do.
Well, then
Because
well,
I
ask
don't
me.
have many options. Like sometimes both Caleb and Kristen like went away on vacation. So
Yeah.
and like, you know,
So
some
then yeah,
drama
you have
happening.
like 2 other people that you could ask.
Barely,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, definitely. I mean, as long as they're okay. I would need to learn the bombs, obviously. But I mean, it's not something I couldn't learn in like a shift.
Yeah.
You know.
we're bartenders. We know how to figure things out, especially
Yeah.
when it comes to making drinks. You tell me
Oh,
what's in it
yeah.
and I can make it.
Oh,
Also
yeah.
fake it till you make it.
Yeah, that too.
Oh yeah. No, but we still got to do maybe this is something we would have to plan, but it would be still so fun if we all worked together at each other's bars. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
I'd kill you.
I know you would. That's why it would be fun.
Not her, but
It'd be
Me?
funny.
Did you just wink at me?
Yep, with both eyes.
With both eyes.
Yeah. Bink, bink.
How's your new job going, Anna?
Oh yeah, that's right. I have that, don't I?
Have you been like working it? Like,
So my first day at Merle's is gonna be on Sunday, which I'm really excited. Oh yeah, I got
is this a
another
new job?
Yeah, I just got
okay,
another
wait,
job.
what? Okay, I didn't know that. I was talking about the other new one.
Oh yeah, so I'll tell you about that one too.
Oh.
So I'm a very busy bee. I like to stay busy, which is super great. But I actually hired Emma, and she is going to be working Friday nights and every other Sundays at Tonic. Please go and see her. She's so great. She is taking over my Friday nights and my every other Sundays, which is so great because I've been trying to get rid of them.
Yeah.
So I applied to work in another job at Merle's where they are open from 4 to midnight. And I really like that because I'm just kind of burning myself out staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And to be able to get off at midnight, and I normally don't go to bed until 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it's not
that
even
day.
staying up till 2. It's working till 2.
Yeah,
And then you're
yeah.
done at like 3 or 4.
Yep. So
Yeah.
I want to take advantage of being off at midnight so I can actually get like editing done and things like that. So just being mindful of my time. And I'm just really excited to try something that is closer to home. I'll be at Merle's Friday night and every Sunday. And then I will be picking up shifts on like Tuesday nights, depending on what is going on with that schedule. But I told them like, hey, like that's very far and few if you need that. But I just have those 2 specific days because I work all day on Saturday at Tonic. But that job is going great. I went there and he is the owner, was talking to me and he goes, do you think that you're going to be able to do this by yourself? I didn't really train. And that's, something that we should touch base on too. Like when you have been in the service industry for a decent amount of time, when they know that and they know that like the computer system that you've been working on, it's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
They just throw you in there
Yeah.
and then you just pick it up as you go, which is super awesome. But obviously people that are newer, they need to train. But that's the advantage that we have being in the service industry for so long, that we can just pick it up and just do it.
Yeah.
And don't ever be afraid to become a bartender or server either. There was another girl there that she said, this is my first serving job. And she goes, I was so nervous. I go, yeah, but don't ever be your advocate. Even if you are nervous, you're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. And that's the whole part of doing something new. It may be scary at first, but then you're going to be like, what was I scared about? So that's always like a really good
I'll
mindset
never
to have.
forget, like when I first started in the service industry, I was a host for like a month. and I remember the first time I ever like sat somebody at a table, I was like holding the menus like shaking.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, like, I'm
all
still
you're doing
nervous.
is putting somebody down at a table. Like, it's nothing. It's literally nothing.
And like I'm kind of nervous because this is a new job. I want to make sure I'm doing a good job, and we all get nervous, but you know how to bartend. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
But-
now it's like I feel like I could bartend anywhere. It's just
Yeah.
learning
Yeah.
the system and learning the drinks.
Yeah, and with that, I am doing neutral, and I actually did sampling at neutral for the Iowa Speedway for Hy-Vee. It's the Indy car race, which was so much fun, but it was ridiculously hot.
And our boy
Yeah.
Post Malone was there.
Yes, Post
Ah,
Malone
yeah.
was there. I did see Posty. Love you. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely watches this.
He's going to. I'm going to tag him in this. But I went with Emma, and that was nice too, because when you work for like the samplings and things, you get to go and enjoy free stuff.
Oh,
So
cool.
like you do your samplings, you hand out all the merch. It was we did neutral, which was so much fun. A lot of people
That's like
do
the
love-
company you work for, right?
I work for Greenlight Marketing, and then I'm an ambassador for Neutral. Neutral's really good. I absolutely love Neutral.
Yeah.
But
I've never had neutral before.
you should have seen the setup. The setup was so cool. Yes, you have. The setup was so cool, and it was just nice to meet people and get people to be intrigued
Yeah.
in the drinks that we're selling. We're in
Yeah.
marketing, and so it was nice. I didn't
Yeah.
get to see Luke Combs. I got to see Eric Church, and then I ended up going to go see Post Malone, and we saw another country singer. She was amazing. I forget her name, but the whole lineup was amazing too. And it's not taking advantage. It's more of like you just being a bartender, you can put yourself in certain like you can put yourself in certain fun things. You can apply yourself and be an ambassador for Neutral, be an ambassador for a beer, and you get to have all these nice fun things to go and do. Yes, I did get tickets for free only because I did work though.
You did?
Yeah.
The fuck?
I worked from 1:30 to 11. It was a lot of fun. I felt so bad for the people though on the bus because I felt like I smelled like a fucking gym bag because I was sweating so bad. But like I would constantly like reapply sunblock, deodorant, everything like that. But I mean, working events is probably one of my favorite things. It is one of my favorite things for sure.
Well, and I think that goes into say too, like what we just kind of mentioned is that like in the service industry, you can apply yourself to other places. You're not stuck to one business or one company that you're working for.
Do it all. You're
Yeah.
the best salesperson. You're trying to convince someone what they want to drink because they don't know what they want to drink, and you tell them, then they end up liking it. Do it.
And
Do
I
it
think,
all.
I think a lot of like bartenders though do get that idea is like I hate working at this place. Like I hate this job specifically or whatever. And then it's like they don't think that I could go work at an event or I could work at a catering gig or something like that,
It's nice to have to do something different than to constantly always be doing the same
Right.
thing over and over again.
Right.
The
same
change,
place with the same people
Yep.
and the same like
Yeah.
shitty manager or whatever that you're dealing with. Yeah.
Yeah.
the change of scenery is always nice, and you are perfectly capable of doing that, and you know how to make your money, and you will make the same amount of money regardless of what you're doing.
And
Yeah.
if anything, it like when you come back to the job that you're like typically working at, like it does like fuel like a little bit more excitement, like just being there instead of like like if you go work in bartend at Post Malone and then you come back to your bar and you're like, oh, you get to tell all your regulars like, oh, I was here this weekend, I got to do this, and it's like it does like kind of bring in like a new light on your actual like regular steady job.
Yeah, so you don't have to always talk about like something that's different. So have you started anything new, and are you working more at Bombard?
Yes, not by choice, because I need to right now. But I think we're getting closer to the downstairs opening, which
Ooh,
is
that's exciting.
really
Yeah.
exciting because it's just like, I don't know, different like scenery down there. The
Yeah.
bar's gonna be set up different. There's
Right.
like 2 different spots, not an official dance floor, but like some open area, which
I'm
is
gonna
nice.
get down on that.
We're gonna have
dance floor.
DJs. Like, I'm super excited. 2 full bathrooms instead of just a 1-person bathroom.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice.
it's
That's
looking
nice.
really good, and I'm really excited because I think it's gonna do really well.
And you'll have like more coworkers though too.
Yeah.
So then you can be able to actually take off days and have the time that you need for yourself.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's when I'll finally get my foot in the door at Bombard.
What the fuck? Come
I
work
hope
with
so.
me this weekend.
Yeah,
Just
just
say
show up.
something. Tell them about it.
I will tell them.
Just
I
be
mean,
like,
Jaden's
"Jaden, I
coming
need
to work
you."
with me.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about how you have to name the bars and have like weird cocktails that you feel uncomfortable with ordering and things like that?
Name the cocktail.
Okay. So
I don't have any.
You said, well, we helped you come up with one.
Yeah,
that was really good.
so I made a couple of new bombs
our
this
boy
week.
Hendy, who was playing at 8035.
which
Shout
I
out.
hope sorry.
Shout out Hendy. No, go ahead.
I hope I wrote down the recipes. I made some new bombs this weekend, but I'm terrible at naming the bombs, so Jaydn helped me with that.
They were really good, and well, because we went in there exhausted. I mean, I'm still sweating like from 8035 and just like shirt soaked still, and like it's.
It was hot
It's
this
been
weekend,
pretty
guys.
hot in there. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
95, like
Yeah.
97, something like
Yeah.
that. And you just kept putting shots in front of us, and I was like, because we were there, it was like
Okay, it was twice.
Okay, but there was like 4 or 5. Yeah, I know, but there was like
Wait,
4 or 5
Tyler
of
was
us.
there at
Yeah.
Bomb Bar?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and so we kept, I kept thinking that somebody was just ordering them
Yeah.
or whatever, and then I was like, who ordered this? And you're like, no, I just made it, and I was like, what is this? And you're like,
Yeah.
it's new. I want you guys to try it. And every shot was so good, by the way. They were
Yay,
so
yay,
good.
thank you. Yeah, I never know what to order. I like our like fun, quirky names, but
Yeah.
like sometimes I made one and like they named it Girl Bye, but like guys usually don't want to come up to the bar and order that, which
Order a
like
Girl
okay.
Bye.
But like I am kind of that way
would.
too.
I would hope
Listen,
that-
I would order a bye,
listen-
girl.
How would you say that? How would you say it? Girl,
No,
bye.
no,
No,
Jaydn would be
I'd
like,
say-
"Can I get a girl bye?"
Bye.
But no, I am.
I'll take one bye, girl, please.
I'm guilty for being that way. Like I've gone into bars and they have like these weird, silly names, and I'm like, I want that cocktail, but I'm embarrassed to say the name of it, so I'm not gonna order it. So
yeah.
I'm like, I try to be careful when I'm trying to name these bombs that like, you know, it's like cool enough that people want it, but everyone is like comfortable ordering it.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
like. Also, guys don't want to come in and order the Britney bitch bomb, which I think
order
it's
that shit
hilarious.
all the time. I love that. Can I get 3
Yeah.
Britney bitches,
Yeah.
please?
See,
It's
like
so
you
good.
guys have no shame, and like you guys are just the type of people who like
Yeah.
you don't give a
I
fuck, and
don't
it's
give a shit.
funny.
We're weird, we're
yeah,
quirky,
it's funny.
so,
But
like,
some
just
people
say it.
like it's some people
Just
like
say
have
it, or I
anxiety.
will embarrass you.
Stop. I understand that. Like, that's when I used to order adios motherfuckers. I'd be like, can I get
Yeah.
an adios? And they're like,
Uh-huh.
motherfucker? And I was like, yeah. And
Uh-huh.
they're like, you can say it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
I want
yeah,
an
it's like
adios
that, or like a blowjob shot, or
Yeah.
like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
some
hell
people
yeah. I'm
don't order
ordering
that.
that shit all the time. Can I get one blowjob? And then you put a shot in front of me. I'm like, okay. I guess I'll drink this, but can I get what I ordered?
Jaydn.
That's so bad. That's so funny though. No, but I was thinking like, I think where I would like draw the line is if it was something like, what is it? Isn't there like a panty dropper shot or something like that? Or like, I think, yeah, like panty dropper or something, or like pink panties or something like that. I would be like, okay, that's a little weird to order
Yeah.
at a bar. But like anything else, I'm like, I don't have any fucking problem with that.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, did we have any
Anyways.
other topics for this?
Oh.
All right. Well, I think we'll wrap it up here as we always do. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon, YouTube, Spotify, and is that all of them? Did I get them all?
I think so.
Thank you for all of our 700 followers. I think we are at 708
Like 20 or something like that.
But we really appreciate you guys, because without you guys, we would not be where we are. And just make sure to, like, if you like us, like our posts, share us, tell your friends.
Comment on our posts. We love interacting with
yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
Even if you're making fun of us, still say something, because we'll normally dish it back. We're just bartenders on a fucking Instagram.
If any of you guys are on Facebook too, and just Facebook, like, comment on there too. Like, share stuff on Facebook. We're here for the whole thing. And it's just really cool. Like we've always said, this was an idea, and you guys are making it into our reality, and we're really excited, and we appreciate every single person that is
And
involved.
if you want us to come to your bar and feature your bar and you as a bartender, email us or DM us on any of those platforms, and we'll definitely get you scheduled. We go to a different bar. We try to go to a different bar every other week. I think we're gonna keep doing that for as long as we can.
Yeah. We're
So-
really excited to do that actually, because we like to go and see you guys. We like to meet new people, and
Yeah.
we like to have new experiences, because not everyone knows that there are certain places here in Iowa that do what you guys do at your place.
do.
So
But yeah, no, we want to feature you guys. We want to talk to you guys. We want to hear any crazy stories that you have. Obviously, there's so much experience in this industry all over the world. So we want to make that happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Yay.
This has been... Oh, fuck. Never mind. You guys go. I always forget.
this has been great. Welcome to my channel.
What is up, YouTube?
For richer or for poor, thank you for watching Pour People.
Poor People.
You did it. Did you do it?
Mm-hmm.
You did it.
I did do it. One of these days I'm going to choke.